Hey guys, Quad Cities Tesla guy here, and today I'm going to take you through a deep dive into navigating and maps in a Tesla so that hopefully you can master the techniques of using the navigation system and map. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you a couple of ways that we can navigate to a destination. So the first thing, we can come up here and we can do Walmart. So let's say that we want to go to Walmart Supercenter, but maybe we're not familiar with the area, so we want to know more about it. So we can click this little icon on the right, and this will show us the location that we're looking at. So we can see pictures of the store, which probably is all canned. Basically, you can see the reviews. You can see when it's open till. You can see this arrow will just take us and go ahead and route us to that location. We can call them and we can go to their website, or we can favorite this location as well. We can also click here and see nearby parking. So at this point, there's no ramps or anything here, so we won't find anything. But for some locations, you're going to find nearby parking. It's a free parking lot. There is no paid parking lot over there. So then you can see all the reviews down below here if that's something you're interested in looking at. You can also see the address and how many miles away it is. This is 2.3 miles away. So I could click this and it would navigate me to that location. And then what you'll see is a couple of different routes. So we can go this route or we can go this route, and now it's just added a third route. So I can pick which route I want to take. Let's say I just like going this way. It will show me how many minutes it'll take for each route as well. So the longest route will be 12 minutes. The shortest route is 9. So let's select that one. Now, here you can see it's going to give me turn by turn. It gives me the destination down here. It tells me what my battery percentage will be when I arrive and what it will be if I come back to the same place on return. So I'm at 69% when I arrive and 67% when I come back to where I'm at right now. It gives me also the temperature expected when I get to the destination, which is really not helpful in local trips, but on a long route, that's pretty helpful. Now down in the bottom here, we can see what time I'll arrive, where we're going to go, how many minutes away it is, 9 minutes, and how much distance it is. Now here it says it's 3.5 miles away, and I'll arrive with 69% battery, which matches up here. Let's go ahead and find another way to navigate. So if I end this trip, let's say I want to go to Walmart again. I see the destination now. Instead of clicking that and then clicking the arrow, all I have to do is tap on the location. So that just takes me directly to it. And again, it's going to give us these multiple routes and the same information once again. This little box here, you can slide it up. If you got to grab it right on this line here, it's difficult sometimes to get it just right, but you can see you can slide up and down. But it's a lot easier just to tap here and tap there, and it will collapse and expand. But also what you'll notice is that it zooms in on where you're at when you click on it and it collapses, and when you expand it, it zooms out. So that's just a couple of ways that you can zoom in and zoom out on your destination and your current location. You can also click up here and you can see north. So now north is this way. And if I click it one more time, it will show the direction the car is actually pointed right now. And then one more time, will zoom us all the way out on the complete route. That's the two ways that you can navigate to that place. Now there is a third way, and that third way is that I could use Grok AI and I could just hold my microphone and say, hey, I want to go to Walmart in Moline on John Deere Road.
Got the Walmart Supercenter on 44th Avenue in Moline, about 2.3 miles away. Starting navigation there now.
So sometimes, Grok, please navigate me there. Sometimes you need to tell her again to navigate you to that location, and it will do basically the same thing that we just saw in the other two options. One other thing that you might notice is sometimes these little icons on the right, they disappear. So if they disappear, what you can do is you can just basically tap on the screen. So let's say that they're completely gone for some reason. You can just click here. The first one will change the view to this like street view where you can just basically see the roads and no detail. And this is what you would see if you didn't have the premium service from Tesla. And if you have the premium service, you're going to be able to also see the satellite view. So that's one benefit of having premium. Now you can also zoom in on a location by just double tapping, and it will zoom in a little bit at a time. And then if you want to zoom back out, you can just click there. And then if you lose this little icon tray on the right, all you have to do is tap on the screen again. And then that shows you traffic along your route. This shows you the points of interest, so like all these little bubbles, these little points of interest. Those are shown if you click that icon. And if you undo it, it basically stops showing that as well. So next you have superchargers. So this will show you the superchargers in the area. And then the last thing is really just kind of the weather. And I'll show you that in a bit when we do a longer trip. So when you click on superchargers, what you're going to see is the option for two different lists. You have overnight chargers, which is this one lightning bolt. And then you have the superchargers, which is this 3 lightning bolt. Now you can click on a supercharger and it will show you the information just like it showed you the information about Walmart. But it will also show you the charge rates for using those superchargers at different times of the day. So from 4 to 8 a.m., it's only 18 cents. From 8 till 10 p.m., it's 36 cents. And then from 10 to 4 a.m., it's 18 cents. So when there is congestion, there are fees up to 50 cents per minute. So that's what you see there. You can see all the information just like you did on Walmart. And you can see that there are 7 of 8 available stalls for charging. And then you can see any amenities that are at the charging location as well, which is nice. It allows us to see when we get there what kind of amenities are there that we could maybe waste some time at. Maybe we just want to go into the Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh and get a snack. Or maybe we want to sit longer while we're charging and eat at Pizza Hut or something. Now, as I mentioned, when you click on superchargers, you see overnight chargers. So if I undo the 3 lightning bolts, what it shows me now is overnight chargers, or what they call destination chargers. So like hotels and things like that, where you can stay the night and plug in. And then if I click the 3 lightning bolts, my superchargers get mixed back in. If I undo the single bolt, I will only see the superchargers. Now I can simply click on one of these and it will set that as a destination by clicking this button here. So this is the same as like going to Walmart, where you can click once and then again to set it as your destination if you want to see information about that location. But if you know you just want to go there, you just click right here. And you can also see the current rate for kilowatts per hour listed with this supercharger. So if I click that, it's just going to automatically set that as my destination. So one thing that happens when you set a supercharger as your destination, it sets this preconditioning battery for fast charging. But let's say that I want to go there, but I don't want to really start supercharging. I can just tap here and it will stop preconditioning the battery. Now, I don't recommend doing that because you actually do want to precondition the battery when you're going to a supercharger, because it just makes it that much more efficient. Let's talk about a longer trip. So let's end this. And let's say that I want to go to someplace like, let's say I want to go to Iowa City. Okay, so I'm going to go to Iowa City. So I want to stop at West Branch and I want to stop at Durant on my way there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to always put my furthest away locations that I want to stop at. So we already have Iowa City. So I want to stop at West Branch and I want to stop at Durant, and then I want to stop at Walcott as well. So in order to do that, I want to put them in reverse order. So I'm going to click here, I'm going to add a stop, and I'm going to go ahead and say West Branch. Okay, so it's added West Branch, and then I'm going to add another stop. But let's say I want to add a stop in Durant. I can, instead of adding it this way, I can just ask Grok to add it. add a stop to my trip to Durant, Iowa. Okay, so now you can see
Iowa as your next stop after Iowa City.
Now you can see I'm going to stop at West Branch, Durant, and let's say I want to stop at Walcott. I can do the same thing. Add another stop at Walcott to my trip. So now I've got these 4 destinations that I could stop at if that's something that I really want to do. I can also remove something. Hey, Grok, can you remove Walcott from my navigation? So it's removed
Done. Removed Walcott from your route. Now.
So I can also do this manually, so I can edit the trip. Let's say I don't really want to stop at West Branch. I only want to stop at Durant in Iowa City. I can do that, and I can say done. All right, so let's say that we are on a much longer trip. Let's say that we're going to go to Chandler, Arizona. So let's just go ahead and put in the navigation. We're going to say we're going to Chandler. We're going to go visit my brother, Chandler, AZ, and we'll just tap that, and that will set up our whole trip. Now what you're going to see is going to add a whole bunch of superchargers to our path. So we have all these stops. There's 11 stops, 1,620 miles. It's going to take us 26 hours and 58 minutes, and we're going to arrive there at 10:35 p.m. In a day and a couple hours if we were to drive straight through. Now what this shows us is exactly where we're stopping, what battery percentage we're going to have, and how many minutes we need to charge so that we can arrive at our next destination with 10%. Then 22 minutes there, so we can arrive at 10% here, and so on and so forth on down the line. It gives you the temperatures at each location, the battery percentage, and how long you need to charge. And then at the very bottom of the list, it's going to give you an option to set your arrival energy. So if you don't feel comfortable with 10% arrival energy, you can adjust this. You can say, I want to arrive with 15% instead. So if I save that, you'll arrive with 15% at the very end. So again, this arrival energy is not about each destination. It's about your final destination only. So that's one thing that you'll see there. Now, I wish this were so that you could set it for the arrival energy for each location, but unfortunately, it is just the final stop. If you are curious what the weather is along your route, you can simply tap on the screen to bring this back and then click on the clouds, and you can see exactly what the weather looks like going out into the future. So you can kind of see over here, it's got some rain, but otherwise it looks pretty clear, not a bad day all the way there. Now you can click on any of these stops or any of these charger icons and see information about that stop. And again, you can see the price, you can see the amenities. That's kind of nice because then you'll know exactly what you're going to see when you get there. And then let's go ahead and remove the weather. And then one other thing that you can do, let's say that you're getting close to Chandler and you're talking to your brother on the phone, my brother, and you're talking to him and you're like, hey, I have no idea where I'm at. And if I'm on a road, it's going to show me down here. Now, right now, I'm in a parking lot, so it doesn't show me what road, but in the bottom right here, it'll show you what road you're on, what city you're in, and what state you're in. You don't have to like zoom in on the map. This is what I've done forever, is I've been zooming in and like, oh yeah, let's see, I'm on 67 near Appleby Road, right? But instead, it'll just say that you're on 67, and that probably gives you a better idea. Or you're on Appleby Road, let's say, maybe turned off. It'll tell you exactly what road you're on and in what city and state. So that's a good thing to know. Let's go ahead and just swipe this to the right. Now, one thing you can do is you can swipe right and you can swipe left to bring the maps up. And you can just tap up here in the corner and it will open up the screen. So you don't have to really swipe. Down here in the menu, you have this add stop, edit trip, set arrival energy. So again, that's how you can set that arrival energy. And then also you have settings. So in the settings options, you can turn up or down the navigation volume. So let's say that I end this trip and I want to go to Iowa City. What it will do is it will start giving you this.
7th Street, then turn right onto Avenue of the Cities.
If I don't want to hear that, I can just turn it off, or I can click here to mute or unmute. So I'm going to mute that because I don't usually use that. Whether you want HOV lanes or not, so no or yes for HOV lanes, or auto, which will automatically use the camera up above here to determine whether or not you have enough people in the vehicle to use the HOV lanes. Automatic navigation, so this is good for when you're leaving work. It will route you home during the week, and when you're leaving home, it'll route you to work during the week. Trip planner, this adds supercharger stops if necessary, which is always a good idea to leave this on. Online routing finds optimal route based on traffic conditions. So like if you feel like there's maybe a route that would make it faster by 5 minutes, you could set it to that. Or if you only want it to be like a 10-minute saving, then you can set it to that value as well. So then you have the speed camera chime. So like in Iowa, they have a number of speed cameras, so that will just chime when you're approaching a speed camera. And then you have avoid tolls, avoid ferries, avoid highways, and third-party charging stations. So one last thing is that if you are close to your home and you pull down on navigate, it will just navigate you to your home, just like that. And if you're close to your work, it will take you to your work. Okay guys, that's everything. So if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're looking to buy a Tesla, visit qcteslaguy.com, and you can find a button at the top that says referral, and that could get you up to 3 months of FSD for free. So if you're looking to buy a Tesla, don't forget to get a referral. You can use somebody else's, but if you want to use mine, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't seen my video on how to use Tesla's navigation and FSD to go to exactly where you want, like in a parking lot, click here. And if you haven't seen my video yet on how to use Grok AI for navigation, click here. Thanks for watching, and as always, use technology to drive safe so that you can live life.